Hello out there, YouTube friends. I'm Cindy and you are watching Sincerely Cindy Settle. So I've been promising you a book review and alas, the day has arrived. So we have a book review for you today. We are going to take a look at One Day in December by Josie Silver. So I read this back in December. This was a buddy read for Reading Brings Us Together, and it was chosen by the group. I had it on my bookshelf anyway, so I wanted to read it. So I was glad that it made it onto the list to vote, and I am glad that it won. So let me just start off by saying that it was a 3-star book for me. I enjoyed it. I did not love it, but I did enjoy it. So as usual, I will get to my likes and my dislikes about the book in just a minute, but let me kind of give you a little bit of a summary. So Laurie has this moment on the bus one day in December where she makes eye contact with a gentleman who is at the bus stop, at the, I don't know, somewhere at a stop. She doesn't have time to get off, but they have a moment where they meet eyes. She's convinced that this is the man of her dreams, that they are meant to be together. And so she spends like a year looking for this guy because she's convinced he's the love of her life. And come to find out, there are some things that happen that she stopped searching for him, and I really don't want to spoil anything. So with that being said, she's spending this time looking for this guy. He comes along again, just under circumstances under which she cannot pursue him or even really admit that he was the guy that she made eye contact with. So we'll leave it at that. So it follows these characters. You have Laurie, and this gentleman's name is Jack, and then you have Sarah, who is Laurie's best friend. They start off around early to mid-20s. If I recall correctly, they are out of college and they're working, and it follows them for about 10 years. So it was kind of nice to see an older group of individuals making decisions and having relationships and not having relationships and falling in and out of love and those sorts of things. So it was nice to kind of follow that long-term relationship, both friendship and relationship type of situation. So anyway, so one thing that I am going to add for the 2021 reviews, not only am I going to do my likes and dislikes as well as my star review, but I'm also going to do a hotness rating. So a hotness rating is going to be how like risque or naughty or smutty the book is. So this one had a 2 flames. It wasn't smutty at all. It had some moments where there were some kissing descriptions. There were some descriptions. There may have been a bedroom, like 1 or 2 bedroom scenes, but they weren't graphic at all. It kind of leaves things to your imagination. So they were very clean, in my opinion, in regards to the smuttiness factor. So the hotness factor. What do we want to call it? Hottiness factor? Smuttiness factor? Just, I don't know. Let me know what you think. What should we call it? All right, so on to my 3 likes and my 3 dislikes. So I really like Laurie. Like I said, she's kind of our main character. We're following her throughout the story, but we're also following her and Sarah's friendship. Sarah's her best friend who they are living together at the beginning of the story, and we follow their friendship and their relationship as the years go on. The falling in and out of that friendship, you know, hardships coming along between the 2 of them, or one of them having hardships with their family or their relationship. So I really liked their relationship. There is one situation in which I wasn't happy with how Sarah reacted, but at the same time I kind of understood why she reacted the way that she did. But I really liked seeing their friendship along the way. The other thing that I really liked was, and I mentioned this just a minute ago, I liked the length of time and the ages of the characters. So I liked that they were working men and women. They were out in the field. It's set in London, by the way. And you're following them for a long period of time. So I liked being able to see the different stages and the different developments in their lives and how their personalities changed. So that was a definite plus for me. The other thing that I really like is that the writing really felt authentic and real. Like the author maybe had experienced some of these experiences in her own life, possibly. So I really felt like she understood what her characters were going through and was able to relate to them. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of the writing. So 3 things that I didn't like. Jack is our main squeeze, our main guy. And I kind of found him to be annoying and a little bit arrogant. So I wasn't the biggest fan of Jack. I was like, what do we see in this guy? What is it about him that we like and that we can't seem to get over? I just didn't quite get it. So I did not care for Jack all that much. Secondly, I had hoped, and I don't know about you, but in December, I like to read kind of light and fluffy, easy, quick, holiday-themed books. And although the title and kind of the cover kind of makes you think maybe it's Christmassy or holiday-ish, it really wasn't. It was more of a, one day in December, she sees the sky, and then you follow, the rest of it's just throughout the next 10 years. It's not really Christmas themed or during that time of season or that time of year. So I was kind of disappointed. So I may have liked the book a little bit better had I not read it during December, thinking that it might be a holiday themed kind of book. Holiday themed for me is, like I said, light, fluffy, quick, and everything happens throughout the holiday season. So I was a little disappointed in that, but again, I may have liked the book a little bit better had I read it at a different time of year. So that was one thing that I did not care for, but it may be fine with you. As you guys know, I like my Hallmark movies at Christmas, and so I'm kind of that light and fluffy, easy kind of read as well during that time of year, just because life is so busy during that time of year. So I like something that's easy and quick, and this one was kind of angsty. Well, not real angsty. I mean, I've read more angsty books, but all right, I digress. So number 3, I did feel like the book was very predictable. I was expecting a lot of what happened. It did, although, like I said, I liked the fact that we followed the characters for 10 years. I did not care all that much for the fact that it just seemed to go on and on and on and on. It just dragged. I'm like, okay, already, can we just get these feelings out, and can we just tell each other how we feel so that we can move on and everybody can be happy? And it just felt like it was forever to get there. So anyway, I found myself just wanting them to move on, and I was kind of over it by the time it was over. It did take me a little while to read this book. Again, it could have been because the time of year is busy. Part of it, I think, is that. Part of it was just I was kind of like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I wasn't invested in the story, although there were things that I did enjoy about it. So anyway, that is the review for One Day in December. I do have some other reviews coming up. I think I'm going to do an author review of 2 books that I've read. I have a duet coming up that I'm finishing up now. So I do have some more book reviews coming up. I'm considering doing 2 videos a month, one of fashion and then one of book reviews and book recommendations and that sort of thing. So we'll see how all that happens. Life is busy. I don't know if I'll be able to get 2 of them in or not. But quickly, some TV show recommendations. My husband and I are still watching The Blacklist. I did finish watching Bridgerton, as I'm sure many of you have watched. How many of you watched and have started to read the books by Julia Quinn, The Duke and I? I have not started reading the books. I probably won't. I enjoyed the Netflix series, but not enough to really dive into the historical romance books. That's not really a genre that I prefer. Let's see, what else have I watched? I started watching A Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. I've only watched one episode. It's, we'll see. I may give it another couple episodes. We'll see how it goes. I finished Heart of Dixie. I did enjoy that, but again, that was one of those series that I think they kind of just ran out of content, and it just kind of, I was like, okay, anytime we want to wrap this up, we can wrap it up. So I did finish that one up, and I think that's about it. I'm sure there are a couple others in there that I've watched that I just haven't written down. Music recommendations for the day. If I recall, again, I didn't write these down. Today, I listened to Don't Ya by the Pussycat Dolls. I listened to Cracklin' Rosie by Neil Diamond, and I also listened to Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. So those were my 3 recommendations, and I have some more unboxings coming up for you. If you guys like this kind of content, you enjoy my book reviews, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you thought about One Day in December by Josie Silver. And like, share, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, and I will see you guys soon. I am signing out. I am sincerely Cindy Settle. Mwah.